MHRD seeks parents' opinion on when to reopen schools. August, September, or October. Schools are closed for over 4 months now. The decision to reopen educational institutions will eventually be undertaken only after due permissions from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, but the MHRD is taking this feedback so the process can be initiated. The ministry is also in the process of finalizing guidelines for schools to follow once they reopen. These include staggered attendance in schools and calling only senior students. Schools across the country have been shut since March in the wake of the pandemic. Most schools are imparting lessons through online classes. How soon can India send its kids back to school? What is the future of classroom? So, school has to open someday, either after 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. So, school needs to create zones in schools. Less children should be brought to schools on a rotational basis. Different groups or classes can be called, like one day 10th and 12th standard and the other day 9th and 11th standard. Internal or recess times can be different for different classes. Do not let students crowd in a particular area or at any point of time. Small primary classes kids do not need to attend classes for 4 to 5 hours. They should come for 1 to 2 hours only because it's important for them as well to attend school. School is a place of humanizing and socializing place. Is there a need to change the syllabus? Yes, it is. New ways of teaching need to be introduced. Project-based learning should be practiced. Give interesting topics to children which they can ideate and develop a scientific temper. What about tests and exams? A sense of stability and thoughtfulness need to be restored in the children. Tests should not be conducted for a minimum 4 months after reopening of schools. When the COVID-19 pandemic started and spreading across the country, all school teachers targeted for children all across the age groups started teaching online, just like teachers across the nation and world. Distance learning didn't work very well. The majority of children wouldn't show up to the online sessions, and those who did struggle to pay attention to a computer or mobile screen for more than 5 minutes. Many of these children, along with millions of other children across the world, depend on school not just for education but for school meals and a place to be looked after while their parents work. So the question arises, can everyone learn online? The answer to it is, there are many children who come from economically weaker section families. Every family either do not have a smartphone, or if they have, either have a normal phone or they take it to work. So online classes is not successful for the long run. Do students need counseling? Teachers need to engage and work with the children as much as possible. Teachers must keep communicating with the children. Finally, children only want to be spoken. They want to be spoken to so that they can feel relieved and stress-free. It's important to keep in touch with the children. So, to conclude this pandemic too shall pass. There is nothing in life that does not have a solution. Every problem finds a solution on its own. One should not fear. One should be determined and should have resilience and should only think about the future. Thank you.